What's happening, good people? Welcome to the channel. I'm Wes, aka Mr. Budget Watch, and today we have another comparison. So this is the RDUNAE R2, yes, and the Pagani Turtle Homage. So obviously, you know, they're both turtle homages but done a little bit different. This is more of a vintage interpretation. This one is more of a modern one, but still are both turtles. Which one is actually worth it? I'm guessing you might think one over the other, but you know, you might actually be a little surprised by this one. So yeah, let's dive in with the design. And you guys know by now that I do prefer the RDUNAE. I just think it's done to a better standard in terms of design. I think they've got a lot more elements right. Obviously, you know, the Pagani, there's still some stuff to like about it, but you know, the hands and other issues, you know, that it has. So yes, the RDUNAE definitely takes the win. I love that grey dial, you know, the aluminium steel coloured insert, and just the overall aesthetic is much more pleasing to me, and I definitely prefer the look of this one. But you guys know, you know, design is purely subjective, but yes, I do definitely prefer this one, so it does take the win for me. Now, build and finish, I'm going to double weight, and there is a reason for that. In an episode a while back, I compared a bracelet against a strap, and some of you said, you know, that's not really a fair comparison, and you know what, you're right, I was wrong in that case. So what I've done is decided to double weight build and finish. So obviously that's more quantitative than you know, something that's can't really be compared apples to apples, because if I compared that to that, then you know, it's not really fair. So there's going to be no comfort in this round, in this episode, so instead, like I said, I'm going to double weight. So build and finish is actually a win for the Pagani. Yeah, I know. Now keep in mind, I'm not referring to the bracelet, we'll come to that later. I'm actually talking about the watch itself, and you know what, it's just better done. This one does have some QC issues, which I'll go over in a minute, but this one, in terms of the actual watch build and finish, it's not bad. The bezel's pretty good, you know, we've got nice polished sides, little accent, good quality brushing, the crown feels really good, you know, the bezel, you know, it's not the best, all lines up perfectly well though, and it's good. Little bit of back play, you know, just a smidge, you know, you can see it's a little bit, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's good. This is very, very good as well, but it does have issues. We have a little bit more back play, but we also have some wobble this way, some wobble this way, and also compression that way. So it's a little bit of an issue. We also have a slightly thingy feeling crown as well, and it doesn't go all the way to the side of the case. So this one definitely has a lot of potential, as does this, but for now, and with the versions I have, this is slightly better built on the watch. But you know, we're going to address that in a little bit. So now we're going to get to the actual bezel, which we've sort of covered, but I've given them a draw. The reason is because, well, the RDUNAE first. This one has a much better feeling action. It is one of the nicest feeling bezels I've ever used. But, like I've mentioned in the build, the quality isn't all that good. We have the wobble, the compression, and the back play. So yes, although the action wipes the floor with the Pagani, it has its issues. The Pagani isn't as you know, good on the action. Sounds all right though, but it's a little bit more solid. Yes, it does have a little bit more backplay, but it doesn't have all the issues that this does. So I thought, you know what, better action, slightly better QC on this one. But this one, I'm thinking, will definitely be a winner once it gets addressed in version 2, whenever that comes out. So now we move on to the LUME. And this one is no contest at all. This absolutely destroys this. This is, you know, not good LUME at all. I mean, you can see in the video now, this is bright, but it does have a little bit of an issue. You know, you can see some of the indices aren't as full as the others. Again, that's going to be addressed in version 2. This is just abysmal, the Pagani. It's, you know, even worse filled, and it's one of the worst performing I've seen on a Pagani to date, and that is saying something, because their loom is just not good at all. So yeah, that's why the RDUNAE takes this one by a big margin. Movement, both using Seiko movement, so we've got the NH36, NH35. Nothing really to differentiate them. Both have got the same specifications. The only difference is the day date compared to the day. Both have got hacking, hand winding, 21,600, all that good stuff that, you know, the NH has, but, you know, so there's no difference really. So moving on to water resistance, and actually the Pagani edges it by half a point. This has got claimed 200, this has got claimed 150. Now I do want to address a little issue that people have been bringing up, and that is the divers under the, just get rid of that dust, the divers under the automatic. So this is not a certified dive watch, which is what that sort of means. You'll see that on, you know, Seiko divers, Citizens I think have it as well. This one, no, it shouldn't have it on the dial at all, and you guys are right there, it's definitely not a certified diver, which is why I've claimed water resistance. Same again for this one, it's just claimed. But just based on how I do this, 200 beats 150, so that's why it does edge it. In reality though, you know, I wouldn't really with either, so yeah, there is that. Moving on to availability, and actually the Pagani takes a win again, and the reason is, well, they're just more widely available. They've got their own website, they've got loads of stores on AliExpress, official stores probably, you can get them on, you know, eBay and on Amazon. This one, you know, I think there's only 1 or 2 stores that actually carry them. I don't think they've got an official store, and you don't really see them all that much on Amazon or eBay, so that's why it doesn't score quite as well on that front. Brand, I've actually scored the Pagani ahead, I know. Just bear with me though. So the Pagani, you know, has been around a while, they've got more of a name. These are more up and coming, and they've definitely got to make a name for themselves, whereas Pagani are sort of more established already. And that's the only reason why for now. But obviously that is, you know, set to change. I think these are definitely ones to look out for. These have got a lot of work to do. Moving on to the price, and it's actually, you know, the Pagani that takes the edge again. And the reason is, well, it's a lot cheaper. This is £150. This is 80 something at the time of recording this video. So yeah, there is a big sort of disparity between the two. So yeah, that is that. But now we get on to the actual end total, and you can see by the score on screen now up there that the Pagani does surprisingly win, but, and there is a but, this, despite its issues, is definitely the better watch. Yeah, I know the bezel is not great and we've got that little crown issue, but it is a better watch. Also, I'm actually going to deduct some points from this, and that is because of the clasp issue and the other little QC issues that it has on the bracelet. So yeah, I am actually going to take quite a few points off that. But this one is not really sort of a fair apples to apples comparison really, so just take that score with a pinch of salt really. In the grand scheme of things, neither of these watches are perfect, but if I had to pick one over the other, I'd spend that little bit more and get this one. I just think as a whole it's better done. You know, I mean, I prefer the you know, this finish, and I prefer the aesthetic. Yes, it is a lot more expensive, and yes, it does still have issues. So my advice would be to wait for sort of version 2s of both of them if you're going to really think, and then it'd be more of a thingy comparison. Again, you know, not apples to apples really. It's just to see sort of how close Pagani are to more expensive stuff. And in this case, it is better in a lot of ways. But this one is, you know, a troubled watch. It does have issues. So yeah, this one, take it as you will really. I wouldn't really buy any of these. If I had to, it'd be the RDUNAE. Just because I prefer it, and that's simply it really. But again, I'd wait until version 2 for both of these watches, because these current version 1s, they're just not up to the mustard. Is that the saying? Do they cut the mustard up to the mustard? They're not good enough, let's just say. So yeah, take that as you will. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. And of course, follow me on social media at Mr. Budget Watch. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.